Here at the friendly confines, Wrigley Field. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Los Angeles Angels and the Chicago Cubs. John Shambi on the play-by-play with you. Chris Singleton providing the color. All eyes on the league's best hitter coming into this one, Singy.
Yeah, he's been seeing beach balls up there, Boog. It's reached the point where every at-bat feels like a highlight reel. Truly an elite season, and the stats back it up.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And now here's the starter for the Cubs, Shota Imanaga.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Ready to go now, Nolan Schanuel. Now at the plate. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
We see Mike Trout step in the box, singing a generational talent and one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, and you still appreciate every at bat. He's been elite for so long. It's kind of easy to forget how rare that is.
Trout with 4 runs batted in his last game.
Love seeing someone drive in a bunch of runs like he did, Boog. Doing that consistently lets your teammates know they can count on you to come through when the team needs it most.
And it's even up. Schanuel aboard here at first with nobody out. And 1-2. Next offering upstairs. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. It features a great veteran presence, Jorge Soler.
Well, he's an important part of this lineup for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it, Boog. It's somebody that they try to feed off of. He does a lot of things, very well up there at the plate. He's got a presence about him, and he's a guy that you really kind of like to watch swing the bat.
Next to hit, Zach Neto. Neto with a homer in his last game. Man at first, one away. Chop to third. Bregman to Horner at second for one. What a double play that was. Getting over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. No score. Back here at the friendly confines. And on the hill in this one, Yusei Kikuchi. Singy, he was impressive his last time out.
He's off to a good start, getting a win in his first start of the season, and so lifted a little bit of pressure. Right here, it's all about getting win number 2.
Here's Nico Horner.
Leading off this afternoon,
Horner launched a homer in his most recent game.
Horner.
And that drops in for a strike. Swings through that one. Kikuchi in his 8th season, 34-year-old vet, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. On the ground, Moore. Throw to first is in time. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Now, to me, Boog, it shows the manager's trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Alex Bregman in now, takes ball 1 off the plate.
I think it's very important to establish the inside part of the plate early. Sets the tone for the rest of the game. He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
That one almost got him. Now he's challenging the called strike. And that one did miss. And the strike is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. Now here is Pete Crow Armstrong. Homer to the ball game yesterday afternoon. That one missed. Strike, the pitch. Foul ball there. Jackknifes out of the way. That's out to center field. That's a hit. Trout hustles it back in, and that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away.
The right fielder.
Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
First and second, 1 out. Brent Rooker will hit next.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in game 1 of this 3-game set. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. And it lands in the basket, a home run. That one barely got out of here. His first homer of the year. The Cubs strike first. It's 3-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
One down. Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Suzuki went deep in his most recent game. He dives, but he can't make the catch. The throw comes in too late, and they come away without an out.
Batting good. The first base.
So a man aboard, Michael Bush, the next to hit. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Batting seven. The shortstop.
Swanson digs in.
Swanson.
Another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Runners at first and second with one gone. And the slider catches the zone.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
And now it's Miguel Amaya.
No!
Two on, 2 outs. That one finds the zone, and 1-1. Way inside, gets out of the way. Sliced hard but foul. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's got a chance. Gone and to the deepest part of the park. He made him pay for that one. It's their second home run of the inning, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 6-0.
Really impressive hitting the ball that far going into the wind. Nothing was going to stop it from getting over the wall. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at-bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Now the Angels manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Yusei Kikuchi done for the day. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Chase Silseth.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
So 2 down. So up next for Chicago, Moises Ballesteros. Nobody on.
Ball, whoa. That's a ball.
And that one off the outside edge. The 3-1. In the air, right field. Adele should have this one. Reaching for it and breaks it in. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. 1 inning in the books here. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. We move ahead to the top of the second now. So in now for the Angels, Joe Adele.
Strike, woo!
The 0-1. And ball 1. Clyde Washington doing the umpiring behind the dish in this one. Sometimes considered a bit of a pitcher's umpire, Singy.
He likes the low ball, which traditionally favors pitching. But, you know, hitters today are pretty good at dropping their barrel down. So we'll see how it goes in this one.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one away.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Jorge Soler up at the plate. And the 0-1. Slice down the right side. That missed by a lot. And that's ball 1. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Here comes Yoan Moncada. And that's in there for strike one. Two down, nobody on. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And that'll do it. Angels go down 1-2-3. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Bottom half of inning number 2. So up now for Chicago, Nico Horner.
Well, Boog, as we talked about in the open, he's been a cheat code at the plate. No hits yet in this one, but a lot of game left.
And first offering is fouled off.
Ball.
In the air out to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Bregman in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a ground ball towards first, but foul. The 1-1.
No, that's a ball.
And that's down and away. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Up next for the Cubs, the center fielder, number 4, Pete Crow Armstrong.
First and second and nobody out. Pete Crow Armstrong getting ready to hit. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
First and second, no outs. Bottom half of inning number 2. Late on that fastball. And that one almost hit him. Got him swinging.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way. But that time, a little anxious.
2 aboard with 1 out. Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Brent Rooker. He's already homered here in this one. And there's a strike. Horner, the lead runner at second. Bregman at first. One gone. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Upstairs.
No, that's a ball.
Ball one.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Two on, one out. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Typically that high fastball,
fielder.
if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Suzuki at the plate now. That's ball one. First and second, 2 down. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Just missed. And another ball. Two on, 2 outs. That one finds the zone, and the count is 3-1. Suzuki wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and after review, it was a ball. Good eye. So they've still got both their challenges. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Chase Silseth gives way, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
Now it's Jordan Romano out of the bullpen.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
So digging in, Michael Busch reached on an infield single his first time.
If they don't pick up at least 1 run here, this will be a very disappointing inning. When you load the bases with nobody out, you've got to get at least 1 run. You're thinking 2 to 3, so they need a big hit right here.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. 1 run across. Another comes in to score. Cut off, now a throw home. No, he's safe at the plate. It's 9-0.
How about that? Clears the bases. He put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing.
And now it's Dansby Swanson. Went down on strikes his first time through. Runner at second, 2 down. Slider clips the zone.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Cubs 9 and the Angels nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Darno.
Travis d'Arnaud leading things off and takes a strike. Base hit center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting in, the second baseman, Christian
Now it's the
Moore.
second baseman, Christian Moore. And that's off the outside edge, and it's 1-0. d'Arnaud gets his lead at first with nobody out. Next offering upstairs. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3, and they turn the double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Lowe.
Base is empty after the double play. Josh Lowe, the next to hit for the Angels.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on. And another ball. Two one down. And a big swing and a miss. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Just misses with that one.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Makes the grab on the run. And that is that. Angels held in check. Steep hill to climb. It's a 9-0 deficit. As we go to the last of the third. Now here comes catcher Miguel Amaya.
Amaya.
This one popped up. Moore moving under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter.
So now here's the DH, Moises Ballesteros. Flied to right his first time. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. Swings through that. Romano, multi-time All-Star. He features a slider, a four-seamer, and he works in a two-seamer. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Hit on the ground to the right side. Shanuel takes it to the bag, and two straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Nico.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Nico Horner digs in now.
League leader in batting average, and today he's showing out once again. His bat speed and ability to get to any pitch really sets him apart, Boog.
Left field. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. Well, you weren't going to keep him quiet all day. That's hit number 1 and probably not his last.
Baseman, number 3, Alex.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for the base hit.
Now it's Alex Bregman. In the air, left field, low, ranging after it. Makes the grab on the run. And that's the inning. So one hit is all they get. On to inning number 4. It's the Cubs 9 and the Angels nothing. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia.
Got
yeah.
a shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah. As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep, and then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. Swings and misses. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Trout, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
The Halos with a lot of ground to make up. Top half of inning number 4. This one in the air right field, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Now around second, going for third. The relay throw. The tag, and he's out trying for 3.
The times that these guys take infield for 4 ball games, they work on this play right here. And when it comes together perfectly, nice throw to the cutoff man, relay to third. You feel pretty good about cutting that guy off and keeping him from getting a triple and getting an out. Now here is Zach Neto.
That's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Angels, the right
Now
fielder,
batting Joe
number 7,
Adell. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. That one found hard the other way. This one in the air, right field. And that is that. Angels strand one, and they're down 9-0.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back,
Angels,
and they turn
number
to a new
24,
arm as we kick off the bottom of the fourth. Robert Stevenson. He's making his 4th appearance of the season. Here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. 1 for 2 with a 2-run single back in the first.
Crow Armstrong.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So man aboard. Now it's the right fielder, Brent Rooker. He's already homered in this game.
You know, these Cubs putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. Everything is clicking in. When you're producing more than 2 runs an inning, it's pretty obvious your hitters came to do some damage. Obviously, this type of run production isn't exactly sustainable game to game, but it's a good sign that a lot of hard work's been paying off.
Man at second.
Nope, that's high.
Ripped to right. And that's a base hit. Adell quickly gets it back in as the stop sign goes up at third.
Up next for the Cubs.
So they're at the corners now. Now, Seiya Suzuki. Runners at the corners, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Oh. Here's a 1-1.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
No outs. Runners at first and third. That one finds the zone. That is strike two.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
So up next for Chicago, Michael Busch.
Drove in 3 last time up, and another chance to put something on the board here.
Late swing, foul to the left. Runners are at the corners, 1 away. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Trap under it. He's there. He's got it. Runner tagging from third. He's in on the sac fly, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10. Dansby Swanson stands in. There's 0 for 2 and a pair of strikeouts.
Swanson.
And first offering is fouled off. Rooker off of first with 2 away. The shortstop takes the ball. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a slow roller. That ends the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Cubbies 10 and the Angels nothing. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. We go to the top of the 5th. Now it's the DH for the Angels, Jorge Soler. That's a strike. 0-1.
No.
Right through there for a strike. And a 1-2. Makes a sliding stop to first. Nicely done for the out. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here is Moncada. He's 0 for 1. Check swing called strike. Strike 1. The Angels with a lot of ground to make up, and we're at the top of the 5th. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Travis d'Arnaud will come up to hit. Picked up a base hit to center his first time on.
Ball one.
Two down, nobody on.
Nope. Ball two.
The wind to kick the 2-0. In the air, right field. Rooker has a beat on it. And that's the 3rd out. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Here at Wrigley Field, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Amaya up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Action in the pen down there. Brent Suter, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose.
That's the ball.
Here's a 2-0. High fly ball, right field. Adele on the move to the gap. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One down.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter,
Moises Ballesteros, the next Cub to hit. Ballesteros wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them. The Cubs up big in this one. Last half of inning number 5. That one almost got him. Two and 0 to count. Here it comes. Center field. Trap under it. That's out number 2.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Nico.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Robert Stevenson will depart, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for
Brent Suter comes on now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but He's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So the batting order turns over. Nico Hoerner will come up to hit.
Yet another solid game for the top hitter in the league, Boog. Same consistency at the plate in this one that he's brought all season. You can see why he's on top.
Huh.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
The first pitch, just a tough pitch at the knees on the outside corner for a strike, and then he went in on the next one. So he's got to move the ball in and out from pitch to pitch, up and down, and just try to keep these guys looking all over the place and never lock into one area because he just doesn't have the stuff to beat you that way.
Here's a 1-2. Shanuel. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they still hold a 10-0 lead. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far. Digging in, Christian Moore.
The second baseman, Christian Moore.
Strike. Woo.
The 0-1. That one way inside. There's a swing and a drive. That one back there, and a foul ball. The 1-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Low. Now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Here's the 0-1. On the ground to short. Swanson fires to first in time.
Up next for the Angels, the first baseman, Nolan Shanuel.
Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Nolan Shanuel will hit next. 1 for 2.
Well, this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
2 down, nobody on, and we're the top half of the 6th.
Ball.
That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Bottom of the 6th inning. So up now for Chicago, Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
And first offering is fouled off. This one smoked, could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And it's a leadoff double as they look to keep pulling away.
Up next for the Cubs.
So up next for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Going to count 1 and 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Man at second. And he dodges that fastball. Here's the 2-2. Stays alive. Now it's 3 and 2. Good job to fight that one off. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. This one in the air, center field. Trout settles under it. Brings it in. Runner tags at second.
Up next for the Cubs, the right fielder, Brent.
Here's a big power threat. Brent Rooker.
Fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly, soft ground ball to the right side, find a hole. He can attack this a few ways, but the one thing he can't do is strike out. Well, in an old count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Bregman stands at third with 1 gone to the inning. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Brent Suter won't go any further, and he leaves a runner at third. So we'll see how the next pitcher deals with that when we get back.
Now pitching for
the Angels turn to their bullpen for a new pitcher, Ben Joyce.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Here's the left fielder, Seiya Suzuki. Two outs with a runner at third. Got him looking for the strikeout. That was pretty nasty. One left for the Cubs, but they're still in front 10-0. Top of inning number 7. So in now for the Angels, Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
Both.
And the 1-0. That's
No,
a little bit
that's a
low.
ball.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
And another ball.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And a 3-0 finds his own.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
And the 3-1. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. So the call stands. One challenge remaining for them now. And next for L.A., Zach Neto.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Hey!
Oh, 1 now. Tap foul to plate. The Halos with a lot of ground to make up here in the top half of inning number 7. Rolled over to third. Off balance feed. There's one to first. Double play. Nicely done.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Here's Joe Adele. Two down, nobody on. Inside corner, that's a strike. And it's 0-2. Off the plate that time.
Ball two.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That's to third, Bregman. And that is the inning. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Set for the last
Leading
half of the 7th. So up now for Chicago, Michael Busch. Activity in the bullpen for the Angels. Kirby Yates, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Moore slings to first in time.
The batter, number 7. Shortstop, Dansby.
And here comes Dansby Swanson. 0 for 3 in this one.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Joyce, a 6'5" righty, 225 pounds, and he was a third-round pick in 2022. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The Cubbies up big in this one. Here at the bottom of the 7th. The shortstop takes the ball. Bullpen action for the Cubs. Jacob Webb up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Milner getting loose as well. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 1-2. And there's a ball. In the air to left center. Low on his way over. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, number 9, Miguel.
So up next, Miguel Amaya. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
That's the ball.
The next offering misses. 3 balls, no strikes. There's a strike.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
And there's ball 4. Challenge from behind the dish here.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter.
And it's a called strike after the review. They'll keep both their challenges. Payoff pitch. Set down on strikes. That was pretty nasty. It's the Cubbies 10 and the Angels nothing. We go to the 8th. Now it's the DH for the Angels. Jorge Soler. Fastball for a strike. Short hop liner, handled it short. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Angels, the third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
Here is Yoan Moncada. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Out to short, Swanson. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the Angels, the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud.
2 down, bases empty. And next for the Angels, Travis d'Arnaud.
No, that's a ball.
That one misses. Ball 3. Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. Upstairs, and that is ball 4. Here's the second baseman, Christian Moore.
Second baseman.
He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. That one fouled off.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
He swings and fouls one off. d'Arnaud leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Totally dominant on the mound as he's through 8 without surrendering a run. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago.
Now pitching for
Back
the
now,
Angels,
new pitcher on the
number
mound as we
39,
roll into the bottom of the eighth. Kirby Yates.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Moises
Leading off for the
Ballesteros
Cubs,
getting ready to
the
hit.
designated hitter, Moises Ballesteros.
In the air, left field. Low takes it in for the out. And a quick out, number one.
The batter, number 2, second baseman,
Here's Horner now.
Yet another solid performance for the league leader in average, Boog. He has a unique confidence in the box right now.
And that one fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. Yates, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, and he works in a slider. That misses the zone. Ball one.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Swing and a miss. Kirby Yates with the
Up next
strikeout.
for the Cubs, third baseman, number 3, Alex
2 outs, bases empty.
Bregman.
Alex Bregman, the next Cub to hit. He was late there, strike one. That clips the corner. Two down, nobody on. This one in the air, center field. And that will end the inning. Looks like he's heading back out for the ninth as he'll go for the shutout when we get back. We go to the
Leading off
ninth.
for the Angels,
So in now
the
for the
left fielder,
Angels,
number 3,
Josh Lowe.
Lowe.
Fouled off left side. That one pushed foul. Oh, and 2 now. Up the middle. Corner. Throws to first in time.
Up next for the Angels.
Back to the
first
top of the order
baseman,
now. Nolan Shotwell, the next to hit for the Angels. 1 for 3. A sliding stop at short. Fires to first, and that's a great play for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Trout at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one.
He normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just to swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
2 down, nobody on. And
Ball
downstairs. The next
Ball
pitch misses.
inside.
Ball 2. Up the middle, corner. Throw to first, ball game. And it comes. Take the series opener here at home.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because